Live from the GNERD Corner studio, located behind the MMI Institute off the I-17 to the 101. It's time for another episode of J-Pool's GNERD Corner News Hour. Hi there, listeners. I am your host, J-Pool, and tonight I am joined by my co-hosts, Jana.
Hola!
And welcome back, Mick.
Hi.
So, did you guys have a good week?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I went to Knott's Berry Farm.
Lucky.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Did you go on all the rides?
No, I didn't pay for the fast pass.
So you didn't go on all the big roller coasters and...
No. I went on one little roller coaster and that was it for me. I'm not big on roller coasters.
Did you take Rain?
Yes.
And did she enjoy herself?
Yes. And we even went on the Kraken ride, the 4D ride, and had lots of fun.
Nice. Mick, did you do anything fun this weekend? Or this last weekend?
I got tear gassed yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that was a real good time.
Do you have to close your eyes and your nose and make sure you don't breathe it in?
I mean, for part of it, but you kind of have no choice at the end, so.
Nice. Yeah. Have you ran into any guys that are sort of immune to tear gas?
There was one dude that walked out like a champ, but I don't know how you'd manage that one.
You turned the corner around, and he went around the corner, and all of a sudden you see him just crying like a baby. It hurts, it burns, motherfucker.
Kept it together while everyone was watching.
Yeah, he's just like biting his lip the whole time. But that sounds a lot of fun. Did you have? So what is the process like? Do they just like put you in a room, throw a tear gas canister in there, and like make you hold your breath or something?
No, you put a gas mask on, and then you walk into this gas chamber, and they have like burning tear gas in the middle, and there's two like actually like chemical dudes in there, and like the full like I don't know like apocalypse looking getup, and then they have you like nod your head and turn your head side to side and do a bunch of stuff, and then you gotta like take your mask off real quick and then put it back on and clear it, and then you have to take it off at the end, and he counts to 5, and then he opens the door, and then you walk out. So, and then that's the part at which you wind up sucking that shit in.
And then you're coughing and gagging. Does it? Do some people throw up from that?
I've never seen anyone do it, but I know it has happened. Most people just ooze ungodly amounts of snot. So
I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about some news stories in pop culture and entertainment. And unfortunately, the last couple weeks, actually the last few weeks, have been all about death recently. Death of some really big names in entertainment. And sometimes even some names that we know about, but we just really didn't know their names. One being Celine Dion's husband finally died. He was diagnosed with cancer a while ago.
And her brother 2 days later.
Yeah. And David Bowie and Alan Rickman actually passed away about 69. That was a big shocker. I'm a huge David Bowie and Alan Rickman fan. They both died from cancer, and cancer sucks, and cancer has been killing off people a lot lately. But yeah, it was just a shocker, especially David Bowie just was an icon in music. And for Alan Rickman, at least for this generation, for the current generation, they know him as Professor Severus Snape.
That's a good way to like get a gauge on the age gap, because if you say Alan Rickman and they're like, "Oh, who's that?" If you're older, the first thing you're gonna say is Hans Gruber.
Yeah, Hans Gruber.
And everybody will be like, "Who the fuck is that?" Professor Snape? Oh, that guy.
Or the Sheriff of Nottingham.
I didn't know that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Which one was that?
That was the Kevin Costner Robin Hood.
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, wow. Okay, I think it's on Netflix if you have Netflix.
I'll have to look.
It has let's see, is Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater, who he just won a Golden Globe for Mr. Robot.
Oh wow.
Surprisingly, he's in a series that hasn't been canceled.
He used to be awesome.
Well, the thing is, he used to be known as like a show killer type of actor.
Well, no, when he was like in movies.
Oh yeah, well back in the '80s, in the
Was it?
early '90s. I like Christian Slater. He's a good actor, but he's just been in stuff that just either bombs or, especially for television shows, gets canceled even before the first season is over. But Mr. Robot, yeah, that's a good show. It's intense, but if you're into that type of stuff. So, back to the cancer part. Yeah, cancer's been killing off a lot of people. It really sucks. And we also had another person die in our second story, who was the co-founder of the Eagles, Glenn Frey. Or Fry. Is it Fry or Frey? I forgot. They were going to kill him.
It's Fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents are big Eagles fans, and not the football team, the band. But yeah, he passed away, and that was sad. It's like all these big rock legends are passing away. Natalie, and even just music legends in general, like Natalie Cole earlier this month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about her. Yeah, that's right. She's dead now too.
Yep. That happened. That happened like on New Year's.
She wasn't that old either. I mean, she was like, I think 60, 61. I might be wrong.
I had a really awkward moment the other day. I was sitting there watching. I think I was watching some Dave Chappelle stand up, and he was dropping all these Michael Jackson jokes, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I haven't heard anything from that guy in a while. I wonder what he's up to. It's like, oh, he's dead.
He's dead. Son of a bitch. That really shows your age. It makes you feel old when you realize that people are just dropping off the map now. We're getting to that age where our heroes are dying off. Or, just the people we looked up to when we were younger. Let's see. Dan Haggerty, who played Grizzly Adams, he died from cancer, I believe, at 74.
I got to meet him like 2 years ago, and so I posted a picture of me and my friend and him. It was sad.
Yeah.
He was nice when I met him. He did silly little hand-eye tricks, to play around,
Nice.
magic tricks.
Yeah. Mick, did you ever used to watch Grizzly Adams?
A long time ago. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I knew a guy we used to call Grizzly Adams because he was Scottish and had this really cool beard. But I always knew who he was. It was just kind of lousy to hear that that icon's gone now.
Yeah, this generation, if you say Grizzly Adams, a lot of people won't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Let's see. Brian Bedford, who we talked about earlier, the voice of Disney's Robin Hood, died of cancer. I was actually just watching Robin Hood the other day, and after he died, I watched it again. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. Well, currently, as this podcast is going, Robin Hood is on Netflix. This is the one with the animal kingdom of a Robin Hood story. So Robin
Yes.
Hood's a fox, and Little John is a big bear, technically Baloo.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's sad. All these people are dropping off because of cancer, and it sucks. I've had friends and family that have succumbed to cancer. I've had people that I know that just recently lost their parents or their aunts or uncles or grandmas or grandpas to cancer, and it's really depressing. Because we can only stay it off. We don't really have a full-out cure yet for cancer.
We could, but that's a conspiracy for another day.
No, that's the Illuminati. What are you talking about? But we're not. We don't want to. I might edit this part out because the Illuminati will come after me. I can't die, but I don't want to let anybody else get hurt.
Yeah, like everyone who listens to this.
Yeah. Or I might just get lazy and leave it in. All right, let's get to happier news because cancer is really depressing, and so many people have, that are in here that have died in the last couple weeks. So let's get to something happy. Jessica Jones, or Marvel's Jessica Jones, if you've gotten to watch it on Netflix, it got really good reviews, really good ratings, and now it's been picked up for a second season.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I actually really liked the first season.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I should spoil the ending, but it's gonna have a different, more of a different dynamic than the first season. Because the first,
Maybe because there's going to be a different cast member.
yeah, let's just say different cast member. I do like how, okay, so originally,
But the thing is Cage going to be in it? Because doesn't he get his own show?
he gets his own show, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's in it because he's in a relationship with her in the comic book. They eventually get married and have a baby.
Well, that's my thing is, are they going to keep him in the show if they're making his own show?
I believe they are. I think the show was more going to be about his origin.
Okay.
On how he became who he is.
And I feel like he wasn't a main cast member either. He was kind of a reoccurring character. He did reoccur quite a bit, but I would still count him as a recurring character. So you could throw, just like Flash is on Arrow and stuff,
Yeah. He played, Johnny Cage. Not Johnny Cage. Why did I say Johnny Cage? Power Man. Let's just call him Power Man. Luke Cage is he may be impenetrable, but he does a lot of penetrating in Jessica Jones.
Spoiler
alert. Dun. Well, if you read the comic books, then that's a dead giveaway. There's a lot of people that have watched it going, holy shit, there's a lot of sex in here, and I'm like, have you read the comic? It's not a kid's comic. They're like, this is not a superhero show. No shit.
I was just sitting there watching it, and I was like, they're two super strong people who are totally in the heat of the moment right now. Why haven't they broken anything yet? And then, right after I thought that, the bed broke, and I was like, oh, about time. Now it's realistic.
Yeah, but look at She-Hulk. She probably has, a reinforced bed and a bunch of jackhammers just sitting around the bed. We've seen that drawing. Those jackhammers don't function very well for her. She goes through them a lot.
Or they go through her.
Yes, or maybe. Who knows? I don't know if it's something really hard to penetrate her. This is a kids podcast. If anybody's listening. No, it's not. All right. So our next story is about SNL skit. Kylo Ren makes an appearance on Big Boss. So, if anybody knows about Big Boss or the show, I believe it's on ABC. Is it ABC or NBC? I forget. I haven't watched it in a while.
They're NBC.
Yeah. So it's about the bosses of companies going undercover, dressing up or putting themselves in makeup and a wig to go around and see what their employees are really up to, so they can get in the fray and see how the business is run, when they're not there, and see what their employees actually think of them, and so forth. And in here, this is an SNL skit. Kylo Ren goes undercover as Matt, this radar technician, which he does a really horrible job at.
Yeah.
Like almost everybody realizes that he is Kylo Ren, but he's trying to play it off like, no, I'm Matt. Except for his massive tantrums. I do love how he plays off the tantrums. That was actually genius.
I think they embraced that really well,
Oh yeah, especially when he gets the lightsaber. Yeah, you want to see the lightsaber? Here's the lightsaber. You don't have to see it anymore. He just throws it against the wall.
Yeah, I like how the regular cast members and stuff, they dropped a lot of jokes that have been made about Kylo already,
Oh yeah, Definitely. I'm actually
So
looking forward to seeing him in the upcoming, in a year, actually a year and a half or more.
yeah, I really liked Kylo Ren, and I will defend him where a lot of people will not.
Yeah, he wasn't even a fully trained Jedi in general, or even Sith.
No,
He was not even a fully trained Sith.
and especially like the hardcore people who are like, "Oh, he totally like, there's no way he would have lost that fight. That's ridiculous. He's a total pussy."
He was shot twice.
He got shot by Chewie's bowcaster.
Yeah,
Like,
he was shot. He was shot twice by it. He was shot. The main shot that really damaged him was to the abdomen, and he was bleeding off. I mean, he's pounding his
yeah,
stomach the whole time
yeah,
during the fight.
he was literally bleeding out through the entire fight.
Some people say that he was actually using the force to hold in his guts,
Yes.
which if you could see at the beginning of the film, spoiler if you haven't seen it, but really if you haven't seen it, then you're not a real Star Wars fan.
You're-
You're a loser. But still, he stops a laser blast in midair and goes and talks and has a conversation with somebody. I have never seen any Jedi do that. I think the only person who could really do that would probably be Yoda.
No, and you know, in comparison to Darth Vader left Leia with a droid and a truth serum to interrogate her. He straight up ripped thoughts out of people's heads.
Oh yeah, and like read directly into their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darth Vader is like, wow, he's not a full. I would hate to see him like in full Sith power. I mean, this is like Knights of the Old Republic shit, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah. I
Go on,
want to
John.
know where the rest of the Knights of Ren are, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's supposed to be like the head honcho of the Knights of Ren. Where are the fucking Knights of Ren, though? They're not there.
We might see them in the second film.
I hope so.
But no, it's gonna be cool to see in the second film. Unfortunately, in our next story, Star Wars, you'll have to wait a little longer for Star Wars. Originally, the date for the release of Episode 8 was May 4th, 2017, and they pushed it back to December 15th of 2017. Which sucks because some people were looking forward to, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, it would have been
Yes.
nice.
But, well, I heard the script was getting a bit of a rewrite, so I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, and it usually, but 7 months is pretty long considering. I mean, 3 or 4 months is okay, but
Yeah.
December 15th, putting in that area, they're gonna have a lot of people out of school, and the kids are gonna be watching it again on winter break. So
Yeah, that's true.
they'll build up on that Christmas time, but box office that they did with the first film of this new trilogy. And they might
Yeah,
even break records. They might even break their own record from this film.
that would be impressive.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. Another movie entertainment news story is Deadpool gets banned in China.
Really?
Deadpool the movie is not allowed to be in China because of the amount of violence and sex in it. It has
Uh,
been it has been made a hard R film.
huh.
Wait, you're saying those parents who had the petition didn't win?
Oh yeah, people pretty much said "fuck you," but that's not the point. China has banned it because of all of the violence and sex in the film, and so people in China that love Deadpool, that've been waiting for this, will have to bootleg it or go to another country nearby that has it.
Yeah, that'll be funny. Sucks for them. Sucks for the market.
Yeah, sucks for the market because it's like a 25% market for a lot of films.
Yeah, I was like they're straight up banning it. Like they can't just censor it. Like I'm sure they censor everything.
Uh, who knows? They might come out with a censored version, but for right now, it's being banned.
That's heavy.
Yeah, but right now they're expecting a $55 million plus uh, uh, pull in from the U.S. market for the first weekend, or in general, and I think they can do better than that. It's gotten a lot of buzz. A lot of families I know are taking their kids to see it.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for like Mothers Against Deadpool though to pop up online, going, "I took my son to see it because he buys the comics books every week, and what is this?"
Well, I probably should have checked the comic
There are
book.
strippers, there's sex, there's violence, there's harsh language. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I already got my ticket for amazing Arizona Comic Con, a special package that you get to see the film at the AMC near the convention center with Rob Liefeld, and you get like an autographed item or something like that. It's like a $45 package.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It's like, but I already know Rob Liefeld.
What's
I just walk in there, hey Rob.
up, bro?
Yeah. But yeah, it's gotten good reception. The first screening was in LA earlier this week, and everybody loved it. I had some friends I talked to that went to that premiere. Stan Lee was there, Rob Liefeld was there. Uh, let's see, the director of Deadpool, the cast was there as well with Ryan Reynolds. He was amongst the crowd, which made everybody happy. They got a lot of selfies with him, and everybody loved the film. Some people are saying it's like the best Fox Marvel film they've come out with.
It looks like it's going to be for
And
sure.
as far as R-rated film, R-rated Marvel film, right up there. And one of my favorite R-rated Marvel films has to be Blade.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting when it gets rebooted, because
Oh,
Disney Marvel owns the rights to Blade now, or they got the rights back. In my opinion, it should be put on Netflix. It shouldn't become a movie, because you can expand it so much more on Netflix.
that's a fair idea.
Yeah. And to segue from that, now they're in talks. Uh, before Daredevil season 2, now they are talking about a Punisher series, taking the Punisher from this upcoming season of Daredevil and making their own spin-off series, The Punisher, which would be a genius idea in the first place, because you can take that character in so many different directions, and he's such a dark and twisted character in general.
I don't know how I feel about John Bernthal playing him though.
I think he could play the. I don't think he'll play like a very hickish character like he has in some of the other characters, but he can
Yeah,
play dark. He can play dark. If you remember him from as Shane, right?
that was his name. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's who I know him as. So
and he was in Fury too, and I loved his character in Fury. That was
yeah,
with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf and Logan Lerman. But no, a lot of people were saying at the beginning they liked the decision that they made for it. Some people would have wanted Thomas Jane back. I think a lot of people have they love the Thomas Jane film. It I think the John Travolta character just kind of sort of killed it for some people. Sort of playing an over the top villain. Will Thomas Jane's more of a serious character in there, but and Thomas Jane was willing to come back too. If you remember, he made that short Dirty Laundry. Did you
that
guys?
was excellent.
Yeah,
That was excellent. John actually showed me that one. That was fantastic.
yeah, it was awesome. You didn't even know it was a Punisher short until at the end you see his shirt. They don't even start it off like that, and all of a sudden at the end you're like, holy crap, he was playing the Punisher the whole time. Now I want him back, but with his new Netflix series, if they can actually incorporate him into the Marvel universe like this, maybe we'll be able to even see him, mixing it up with Spider-Man or something like that. That would be cool. Or some of the other Marvel characters.
Ooh, I can't wait. I hope there's some good Spider-Man jokes in the Deadpool movie.
I don't know because Spider-Man was Sony, while um, Deadpool is Fox.
Was Green Lantern Fox?
Let's see. Green Lantern was it Warner Brothers, I believe?
Oh yeah,
But
man.
he does the reason he can do that is he doesn't name it off name it the what he was in before.
Well, yeah, he
But
just ripped.
he gives the pretty good rip on don't make my suit green or animated. And we all know what he was talking about. In my
Yeah.
opinion, it wasn't his fault that movie bombed.
No.
It was the poor editing, and yes, very poor editing. It was the storyline, and they didn't spend enough time with the Green Lantern Corps to really care about the Green Lantern Corps. That's why I'm hoping they're going to be releasing a new film called The Green Lantern Corps that it deals with the Corps because I love the space stuff in the Green Lantern movie. I actually like Michael Clark Duncan. I almost can't say his name. Rest in peace. So, yeah, that part was good of the film. The rest of it was a piece of shit. So, yeah, definitely. Deadpool's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait for that film. And it comes out February 12th. So
Yeah,
check it out.
that's a Friday. That's a Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Friday before the V-Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So in another story, Heroes Reborn, which was actually supposed to be originally a mini series, but they were hoping to make it into a full fleshed out show, just got canceled. Disappointed fans online are not happy, but the show, in my opinion, kind of lagged the first half of the season. It's still going on, but only recently has it really picked up, in my opinion. And that was probably bad for the show in general because a lot of people dropped off. I know a lot of friends that I have already dropped off the show, like several episodes back. So, that's unfortunate. They were hoping to bring it back and introduce new heroes and everything. And I guess people are watching things like more like Jessica Jones and Daredevil on Netflix, or Agents of Shield, or Supergirl, or Gotham, or all those other dozens of superhero shows that are on now. So I wouldn't say Heroes is irrelevant now, but I was hoping for it to come back and make a comeback. I like the original series, except for the last season. So too bad for that.
Yeah. The world continues to turn.
It will turn. Yes, definitely will turn. All right. One of our last stories for tonight is actually the Suicide Squad trailer that was released the other day during the DC block on CW, and in my opinion, it was awesome. They,
I
oh, go on.
Yeah, it was. I think for me, like I was excited for Suicide Squad anyway because it's a superhero movie, and I'd be happy to see it regardless of whatever doubts I had about particular characters, namely Joker and Harley. But after seeing this trailer, like not only am I hyped for the movie, I'm hyped for Margot Robbie's performance because I think she's gonna nail it. It's gonna be her own version of Harley. It's not the hyperactive Harley we know, but she's got that really cute, fucked up sense of humor. And from what they showed of the Joker, I think Leto's gonna nail it.
Yeah, definitely. I do like that very artistic shot of the bird's eye view of him lying amongst a neatly placed set of knives that are
Yeah.
surrounding him. And no, but I think that trailer, Margot Robbie stole that trailer, in my opinion.
Yes, she definitely did.
Oh,
She's really channeling Harley. I still have a lot of friends that are not too fond of her costume.
Yeah, I'm still not crazy about it. It's
But have you seen how many people are cosplaying it already? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I have a friend
yeah,
named Lucky Diamond Cosplay who does look fantastic. Um,
yeah. I think I've seen her.
yeah, the fantastic Harley from the Suicide Squad, and she even has the shoes, which is really hard to find those shoes. They're like replicas.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's I wasn't too fond of the Batman Arkham games Harley costume.
yeah,
So then now, or actually, I think it was Arkham City. I actually didn't mind Arkham Harley, but her costume changes. It gets skimpier. It gets. I'm always back to the animated Harley, in my opinion. That
yeah.
costume.
I like traditional the jester outfit type deal.
I am interested in seeing because apparently they're going to show a little bit of her origin as when she was a psychiatrist, like a sane psychiatrist, and meeting up with the Joker.
Yes, I feel like most of the movie is going to be Harley Quinn, but there is going to be we will see some kind of a transformation.
Yeah, definitely.
Which
Oh, go
go
on.
ahead.
Yeah, before did this podcast, I was actually talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about Jai Courtney, who is not the best actor in the world. Most of his roles, he doesn't really emote well, but I think he's going to do a pretty good job as Captain Boomerang.
I think so. I did like that clip of the beer or the soda or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
that was
Drinking.
funny. It's going to
Timed
be
up well with the music.
another character I'm looking forward to seeing in here is Katana and how they're going to explain her soul sword. Because that smoke that's coming off her sword, that's a soul. That is every time she kills somebody, their soul is trapped in the sword.
I, yeah, like they'll mention that, but I feel like when this movie comes out, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did they not mention this?" or "Why didn't they talk about that?" or
Oh yeah, it's like
because I mean,
why
there's
isn't
just way
Enchantress
too
wearing
much.
green?
Yeah, there's just too much in the movie. I mean, you have way too many characters with way too many stories behind them. Never gonna get all that in 2 hours.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they're gonna have to skip a lot of the origin stuff, which I'm okay with. I feel like whenever we have a superhero movie, it doesn't have to be an origin movie. Everyone knows who freaking Batman is. We can just skip to Batman beating the shit out of bad guys.
Oh yeah, and they're going to introduce Wonder Woman in the Dawn of Justice, and then right afterwards have a Wonder Woman movie. In fact, they showed during the DC block when they showed before they showed the trailer for Suicide Squad, they showed clips from the upcoming Wonder Woman film,
Oh,
and it even when because she's immortal, she can't age, and they showed her during World War II meeting Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That showing all that area of her origin, and going.
is Gal Gadot gonna do her for the movie?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh yeah. No. She's set. She's probably set for like a couple or more of the sequels.
okay, that's good.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to actually see her finally on live on the big screen. Even though amongst a bunch of critics, she's too small, she's too skinny, she's too not muscular, she's her accent's not right or
I
whatever.
I feel like she's hot, and we should just be happy with that.
I would just say that out of all those actors, she can actually kill somebody in
Yeah,
real life. She's
yeah.
trained to do it. If you were born in Israel, it's mandatory to be in the Israeli army. So,
I feel like since we're talking about trailers and stuff, I think as epic as that moment was in the trailer, I feel like if they saved it for the movie, it would have been 10 times cooler. When
But I think they played it in the trailer to get the hype up because of all the bad stuff people have been saying.
they
Before.
still could have showed her in the trailer without that epic reveal, though.
true.
I mean, whatever. I'm excited either way, but that would have been like if they had shown the moment in Force Awakens when they reveal the Falcon for the first time in the trailer. Like, it wouldn't have been as cool in the movie.
Yeah. Another thing that they showed in the DC block, they didn't really get to show um, the actual person in the costumes, but like concept drawing is what the Flash will look like in costume and what Cyborg will look like. So that will be cool. We haven't seen a live action Cyborg before. In my opinion, Grant Gustin will always be the Flash, but that's just me. I heart Grant Gustin. I'm a huge Flash fan. And if you watch the CW, you will be too. But I don't know. I'll give the movie universe a chance. They're doing their own Barry Allen. A lot of people were kind of pissed off that they weren't even, going to go for the people in the shows and place them in the Justice League. They're like, and they actually came out and said we want the movie universe and the TV show universe to be completely separate.
Which is odd, but
Well,
I don't know. That's not how I would have done it.
yeah, I mean they're trying to compete against Marvel. I can see that, but Marvel is connecting everything. They're everything in their television shows, their Netflix shows, their movies. If they're connecting it, the universes and the characters, they'll reference things that you heard from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the movies, or so forth and so forth. And DC can't do that. They have to stick with the movie universe, or they have to stick with the TV universe and not actually have Superman show up because they can't. They're not allowed to, which really sucks. Superman can show up. He can only show his cape or the back of him, but they can't show his face. There's a rule or something like that.
who knows?
But yeah, have you guys actually watched Supergirl, or you've heard of the show Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
I saw the pilot, but I'm not caught up on any of my TV shows. So
Yeah, in the recent episode, she was getting trained by John Jones, who plays the Martian Manhunter, which we actually get to see him phase through things in this episode, and then scramble somebody's mind with his telepathic powers. He's very powerful. He can turn as solid as a diamond or steel. He can phase through things. He's super strong. He can fly. He can shapeshift. His powers are not fair. But no, it was really cool to actually have John Jones in here. I've been looking forward to seeing John Jones on, live action John Jones ever since the Justice League cartoon. I always loved his character. So yeah, Supergirl's cool. I think they're having Supergirl exist in a different universe than the Flash. So, but right now they're dealing with multiverse on the Flash. They're dealing with Earth 2. So who knows? We're gonna see a bunch of characters that were good guys on the Flash turn into bad guys from Earth, in Earth 2, like Killer Frost and what was it, Deathstorm. But I like how the Flash is actually taking a lot of these characters from the comic books, and you have to be really nerdy to actually know some of these villains or other characters. I've really been into the DC comic books because I love Arrow. Arrow is very intense and everything, but the Flash really delves deep into the comic book lore, and you gotta love Grant Gustin just playing off as Barry Allen. But they still, in my opinion, they pay respect to the, not just the comic book, but to the '90s series as well. Which recently they had Mark Hamill in there, reprising his role for the second time as the Trickster.
I have not seen that one. I need to get on that.
His first appearance is in the first season, and the recent season he appeared again.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good show. DC's doing a lot of good stuff on television. So is Marvel, and right now, if Dawn of Justice is good, I'll have faith in their. Actually, Suicide Squad and Dawn of Justice is good. I'll have faith on what Warner Brothers is doing, but for right now, Marvel is leading the way in films. Also, the amount of films they're going to be releasing. They're going to be releasing like I believe 2 films a year, I believe. Major films. And that's like, was it the second or third wave of films? And yeah, we're going to be able to see in the next 4 or 5 years some really awesome films from Marvel, including like at the end before 2020, the Infinity War, which they're going to have about 67 characters in there. That's going to flood the screen. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into an X-Men 3 situation.
Which one was the third one?
That's the one. What was it? That
Oh,
was
that's the one where Professor X dies, right?
yeah, and the Dark Phoenix saga is supposed to be in that film, but not really, because we never get to see the Phoenix. Yeah, hopefully they're gonna bring in characters that we know and they're already well established, and bring them into the Infinity War. That's gonna be interesting. If they're gonna, who are they gonna cast as Adam Warlock and everything. But if you've ever read about the Infinity War, it was pretty big.
Well, who do you want them to cast as Adam?
Adam Warlock. I haven't really picked yet on who to pick as Adam Warlock.
Interesting.
I'll have to think about that. I really have to think about that. But it was a big event in the Marvel history, or just Marvel history in general. And a lot of people died, and a lot of people then were resurrected. It always happens in Marvel. You can't kill everybody off, and if you stay permanently dead, except for Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben will always stay dead.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any other stories that you read this week in entertainment?
Oh, there's that the new movie. Oh, it's the comic book, and they just bought the rights. Chrononauts? No, like Chrononauts. They're gonna turn it into a movie. They just bought the rights for it. Oh, do you not know the comic book?
I've never read it, but I've heard of it.
Okay. I thought the story was good, so it'll be interesting.
Nice. Can you tell the listeners what it's about?
Oh gosh, my brain's fried. Oh, sorry, I just got other shit. Sorry, I just put rain down.
You mean
It's the one about the person with the thing, and they do this stuff.
The time travel and like the fourth dimension shit. Oh, I don't remember the characters' names either. That's the worst part.
So it's going to be just a time travel comic.
It is, and it's more than that. I mean, it's this whole. I'm trying to remember the plot. I know it's a card game too. Okay, it was by Mark Miller. That's who did it. Corbin Quinn and Danny Riley. That's the characters' names. I had to look that up. I forgot. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. I like Mark Millar.
Yeah, he's good. He's done a bunch of good books. Okay.
Did we talk about the Shannara Chronicles? Or wait a minute, no, that was like a couple weeks ago. I don't think we did that podcast.
No, yeah, that was a few weeks ago, and I don't think either of us have seen it.
Yeah, it was an '80s book that came out close to the mid '80s, like a little earlier than that, and they just made a series that was released on MTV called the Shannara Chronicles. It's a fantasy book, sort of a post-apocalyptic situation, but so far into the future that man has split off into different races, into like dwarves and elves and trolls, and there's magic in the world.
Well, isn't that the like conspiracy theory, so to speak, behind Lord of the Rings? Like it's actually the future.
I heard something in that area.
Yeah.
In here, it actually shows like remnants of vehicles and buildings and stuff that used to
Yeah,
be.
I saw that. I think the Space Needle was even in there.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there's that, and then they just had released Shadowhunters, which is the based
TV
on
series.
based on the book The City of Bones. The
Yes, which they made the movie, and I'm sorry, they chose the wrong male lead.
you like the female lead in there?
I didn't mind the female. I thought she was pretty. I just thought the male lead, he's not my type.
Yeah. Did you get to watch Shadowhunters recently?
I haven't watched the show yet. I want to though.
Yeah, they really delve into stuff like that they didn't really get to do in the movie, like vampires are in here.
Yeah. More they're able to go because they've got more time, of course, in depth to what like the books were about. Whereas the movie was just kind of
Well, they were hoping to make sequels to that.
yeah, and I think if they had chosen a different male lead, more girls probably would have jumped on it. Because I know a lot of girls who are like, he's not my thing.
I know a lot of females that are watching the current show are for the male lead in here.
Oh, that's good.
So, check it out on MTV. I think it's on Tuesday nights. I gotta look again. It's on my DVR. I actually watched the second episode before it even premiered because it was online. You could watch it on MTV.com before it premiered after the first episode. Because they really want to get you into the show. So, like, they give you can watch the second episode before it premieres on MTV. But we'll see. There's still some fans out there that read the book that didn't think that it should have been on MTV, and we'll see where the show goes. I haven't read the books myself, and I usually read the books before I watch the shows or movies, but I didn't get a chance to, or I didn't have time. So I'm planning on reading the books pretty soon. Just downloading on my Kindle. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it on the stories right now.
Okay.
Until somebody else dies.
Hopefully not. Let's give the death a rest.
Cancer is contagious. Alright, so I would like to thank my co-host Jana,
¿Qué pasó?
Mick,
Hello.
and all our listeners tonight for tuning in to a new episode of News Hour, which actually is under an hour after I edit this. So I lied. It's not an hour.
Call it an hour.
Yeah, the hour, or it could be over hour. All depends on how long we go into our conversations or segue. Please go to our Facebook at facebook.com/jpoolsGNERD We also have a Twitter at GNERD Corner, an Instagram at GNERD Corner, and a Tumblr. And please subscribe to our podcast. It's on the button down below. No, you can't see me because this is only an audio podcast, but it's there. Click subscribe. And thank you for listening, and remember to enjoy your chimichanga.